Right, I think we've got something here. Right, yeah, let's just give it a minute or so. I don't expect anybody to be watching this, but you know, it's going to be a disaster. If I can bring the chat up on another screen. For some reason, this has got, it's still got the Elite Dangerous logo on it, so I'll fix that afterwards. Alright, just trying to bring the chat up. Yeah, it has, hasn't it? It's still got the Elite Dangerous logo. Let's see if I can fix that. Because that looks pretty rubbish. Then we'll crack on. I don't even have a flight sim picture, for crying out loud. Oh, let's just whack this in. Right. Right. Let's see if I can pop out the chat in this other screen, and then we'll crack on. Just in case some sad bastard thinks this is worth watching. Right, okay, so what do we got here? Yes, so we are using the brand new Fenix Airbus A320 mod that's supposed to be practically study level and much better than the one that comes with Microsoft Flight Simulator. For previous streams, I've been using a third-party free mod called the A320NX by Fly-by-Wire, which has been pretty good, but it's ongoing and it's free, and it's not quite up to study level, but this is a lot closer. Plus, it's a different model aircraft. It's the A320. Oh, don't ask me the model. It's the older one. The Neo is a new engine option one, so this has got the CFM engines in it. I thought I'd go a little bit old school, seeing as we're at Edinburgh, and I've got the British Caledonian livery. That's who we're flying for, and we're gonna take a short hop down from Edinburgh to Heathrow, just to try out the systems, see how well the Cat-free auto land works, because you've seen me do manual landings before. So yeah, without any further ado, let's plan our flight. Okay, you won't be able to see my flight planning, but I'm going to use Sim Toolkit Pro, and I'm just going to plumb that in now. So we're departing from EGPH is our ICAO code for Edinburgh, and EGLL is London Heathrow. Okay. I haven't set up my British Caledonian plane in this yet, so I'll just use my EasyJet options in here. Okay, so let's generate the plan, and then that will be done in SimBrief, and then we can import it into Flight Simulator. It won't take long. And there we go. Obviously I've got no star lined up. So let's probably do the Lamborn one. Okay. And into runway 27 right. So we're taking off from runway 24 from Edinburgh. And we're landing in 27 right in Heathrow. Right, okay. So let me just click the fly now approach. And we just this is ILS 27 right. Excellent. Okay, so this is all done. So we'll be in Flight Simulator now. And we'll put back to inside the engine. It's cold and dark. So this is, it does look very similar to what you've seen on previous streams. We've got a much better tablet to use here. Okay, if you notice here, it's 86%. They actually emulate the smallest details, like the fact that it's not charging because everything's turned off. So the USB cable is even modelled there. We can even open the windows. We get all the noise from outside. Okay. So let's close the windows. It's a bit fiddly. Like just like the real aircraft, you have to click that notch and then close. Then this goes back. I've not closed it far enough. Ah, see, there you go. Look, I've already messed it up. I'll close right to the end. As far as it will go. There we go. There we go. And you see it cuts the sounds off. Right, we can click this, and that does our armrest, and that does our that turns our tablet on and off. Right, let's get things going in the tablet. First of all, let's turn things on. So I will turn the batteries on. External power is available, so we're plugged into the airport itself. Let's turn that on, and we'll align our adhers up so that the plane can work out exactly where it is. Okay, so this is all powering on, just like on the real aircraft. Let's get things set up here. I'm still working out the shortcuts to the different camera views inside the cockpit. Right, so first thing, we've got our Fenix, so let's my flight. Let's import it from SimBrief. Okay. I don't know what the actual time is there. Yeah. I've reset the sim time back to about 4:30, as you can see there. So let's say we're going to take off at 5:30 Zulu time. There we go. So we've got 36 minutes to set it all up. Right, that's that. Ground services, doors are open. We've got the jetway connected. We'll start loading up the plane in a minute. In fact, we can do that here, actually, I believe. So we've got 162 passengers on board. Let's get them on. That's their baggage. Is 5.9 thousand kilos. And I need to look at the fuel, actually. This reckons it's 6,009. But I'll tell you where we can check that. Look, because our tablet's so good, we can go to our pilot brief. and it will show us our latest sim brief plan that we've just generated. Hey, I know it's got EasyJet, but that's because I didn't bother setting up the British Caledonian stuff. Right, so let's have a look. Our total fuel, yeah, 6.009. So let's get all that loaded on. And the passengers. So let's do it in real time. And we'll give ourselves 5 minutes to taxi. And as you can see here, on they come. None are boarded yet, but these weights, the zero fuel weight, which is the plane, the passengers, the cargo, basically everything except the actual fuel. And our centre of gravity will adjust here as well. Okay. So while that's doing, we've got some loaded on. Let's have a look at we've got the passenger info here. Business class. And economy. I didn't know British Caledonia ran a business class, but then I think this goes for all flights, even EasyJet. But the business class and EasyJet is you're probably allowed to buy something. I don't know. I don't think they have business class at all, but you will in this. I'm not sure how you turn it off. Right. Let's get our pilot brief up, because I've got to flick through. I've got to flick through it. So that's our route. So that's our departure there. So we're going Gossam, then to Fenix, then to Airbus, then to Lakey, direct to Nugra, and then to EGLL via the Lambourne arrival. Okay. Right, so let's start setting up the flight management computer, which is here. First of all, we can get, I think we can get some weather. We get a weather request. Oh Christ, I don't know what my ident is. I will get that from the we'll get that from the tablet. Right, okay, so from and to is, let's double check from here. EGPH to EGLL. Okay, the flight number, I just invented one, BC 4763. Okay. What is our cost index and cruising altitude going to be? Let's check back on our tablet. Cost index is 8. Cruising is flight level 330. And a trip wind of T13, tailwind of 13. So 330 and cost index of 8. See position and value, yes, well, it hasn't worked out where we are yet. Alright, so let's go to the init 2. Is there anything we can do here? Zero fuel weight and block fuel. Well, our block fuel is 6. It's just 6 tons, isn't it? So there we go, 6 tons there. We'll whack in our zero fuel weight and everything once everyone's loaded up. Although, saying that, it might show us on here. Zero fuel weight. Okay. 59.6. And the centre of gravity, we can put 30 in as a placeholder. So 59.6. And we'll put 30 in as a placeholder. We'll update that at the end. So trip wind, oh, I forgot what it was, idiot. Trip wind was T13, tailwind of 13. T13. There we go, so that'll work out anything we need there. So now we go to our performance page. Oh no, before we go, let's put our flight plan in. So, I'm going to be flicking between the two, just so you can see how I do it. Okay, so we've got from Edinburgh. We go to GoSam. So we do GOSAM. We flick that in afterwards on here. Okay. Then we've got some airways to plump in. So we're going to go on the P600 airway to Fenix. The NIK. That's cool. L612 to Airbus. L612. ELBUS. Have I spelled that wrong? ELBUS. I didn't like that. Okay. So let's clear this one. Okay, it won't let me. What we'll do, actually, we look back at this. We'll do the UL612 to Lake. We'll go direct to Lakey. So we'll scroll down there. So let's put extra things in there. So let's delete limb, whatever that is. Okay, that really doesn't let us. Let's put Lakey in. Right, well this one's, it's got to be this one. This is 103 miles away, this is 4,311 miles away, so we'll go for this one. Got some Fenix Lakey. That's fine. Other one's gone now. Oh no, it's still there. I don't know what this limb is, but we'll see. If necessary, we can clear some of that out later. Right, back to our plan. Director Nugra. Did that go in? This is looking Nugra. Ah, there we go. So Nugra there. Okay. Right, we've got some discontinuities here. Let's clear those out. Still got this poxy limb. So let's go up to the top. We're going to have a discontinuity there. We go to Fenix. Then we go to what the limb is, but that's not far. Then Lakey. Then that's our top of climb. Then Nugra. Top of descent. Whatever this limb is. Then we decelerate. I really wish it'd let me clear that out from Fenix. But it don't. Okay, well, we'll put that in anyway. We'll leave that in. So, first thing we need to do is put our... We're going from runway 24. It's from here. Let's put our departure in. Runway 24. And it's our star, which is our... SID, sorry. Which is our departure route. We look on here. It's Gossam 1C, which is there, Gossam 1C. And we will just, no transition, we'll just insert that. So that should get rid of any incontinuity there, discontinuity. That's our departure route. These are all our constraints, see here. We're going to be restricted to 6,000 feet until we get to Gossam. And what we can see is a short flight. We'll put our arrival in. So we're arriving in. Was it 27 left or right? 27 right there. Let me just check on my Sim Toolkit Pro. That says 27 left. I think it really matters. Let's do 27 right. It's the Nugra, isn't it? 1H. Let's just check that. I think there is a land-borne one. Oh, there is a land-borne one. Just check. There's something completely different on Sim Toolkit Pro. So you know what? I'm just going to do what SimBrief says and use the Nugra 1H arrival. There's no vias on here, is there? Could go via Lamborn. Let's put that in. We can always mess around afterwards and miss some out and clear them off. Excellent. Right, we're in. So our performance calculations we need to do now. So let's go back to our tablet. See how the boarding's getting on. Well, over half of them are boarded now. So let's try and remember how to do that. Departure path. Okay, EGPH, we're going from runway 24. Runway surface is dry as far as I know. Flap config optimal. So we'll have anti-ice off, acts off, force token no, so we'll use engine efficiency. Okay, sync the live weather. QNH 1021, 12 degrees, and it's 204, wind is 8 knots at 240 degrees. There's our preliminary load sheet. See that, we won't bad off with that. Okay, so let's do some calculations. So V1 100 is 141, 41, 43. Transition altitude I'll just do to 6,000, which is what Heathrow is anyway. Flex to temp is 63, flaps 1. Engine out 1100, 1100, 1100. Let's put all this into here. So it's 41, 41, 43. So takeoff speeds. Flaps are at 1. Flex 2 is 63. And it's 1100. The engine out. Transition altitude is 6,000 there. We want 1100. Oops. Into here. I think we're pretty much ready to go. I think there's another page to do for that. No. I know there is somewhere where you can put the winds in for taking off. I haven't found out where that is yet. Don't know if it's in it too. No. So we won't worry about that for now, and I won't worry about an alternative flight plan. So let's start getting the aircraft ready. So let's get, first thing we need is our APU. We'll set this to 1021. That's that sorted. Oops. Okay. We know we've got a restriction at 6,000, so we'll set that there, and we'll set this one as well. Okay, look at this. This is the standby thing. That we'll pull that, let it sell, decages it. That's set to 1021 because I cheated. Flight directors are on. Okay, up here. I think our fuel's loaded. I'll put the pumps on. Let me just actually check that. If you look at here, it should tell us our block fuel. Yeah, we're loaded. Our fuel's all on board. So what we can do, let's get a better view of the overhead panel. There we go. Okay, we'll start our APU so we can generate our own power. So we'll put the master switch. We'll wait a couple of seconds. And we got that. We'll put the nav light on. Strobe to auto. Now we've got the fuel pumps on. We can put the seat belts on. No smoking to auto because Lucosa's not on board. If he was, I'd turn the new smoking signs off. Okay, we'll just check these places. There's no whites or oranges. No, there isn't. Okay, I haven't gone through all the things. Like we can test the engine fire detectors. I haven't gone through all that yet. Okay, think I'm happy with that so far. Let's have a look down on here. I'm sure there's someone to reset the trims, but I can't remember where the heck that is. Oh, so yeah, I've got no idea where that is. So let's our collision avoidance is set to standby. Set that to auto. Predicted wind shear is not available yet. Can't turn that on. We can lock the cabin door. I don't know where that trim switch is. I really ought to watch other people's rudder trim. Ah, there it is. Look, reset the rudder trim. Although I'm not sure whether I should do that when the engines are started because of the hydraulics. Right, so let's go back to our standard view. What are we waiting for now? The passengers, they take their time boarding, don't they? If we look down at our panel here, our APU should be, excuse me, APU is all open, so we can set the APU bleed to we start providing air conditioning. So then the air conditioning packs will start working now. Although we will turn those off when we take off, because they do use engine power. See, that pack one's on there. External power, we can disconnect from that. I can't remember what we can use this for. We can set our heading, so just show it in there. Right, okay, so it's now a case of waiting for everybody to be completely boarded, and then we can push back. Let's have a look at our... I've done the wrong type of streaming settings, so I can't show you the Navigraph windows, and I haven't set it up inside the app yet. But let's look at the chart, or the airport view. So we are going this way, runway 24. So we need to push back, go along this taxiway here, all the way and around. What could be simpler? Okay, yeah, nice and easy. Well, we could start there, but I haven't told the performance we're starting there. So we'll go through and do a full runway takeoff. We set our view here. We do have flaps. Gets a bit sunny, see? I end up with more reflection glare than anything else. Right. Let's go back here and see if these bloody slow, complaining, whinging buckers are all on. Right, only 8 more. Let's do a drawer and see if there's a name we recognise. But no, Tara Sterner, will it? Oh my God, these names look like anagrams. Ronna Schwartz, Nancy Gruber, Tally Thower. Yeah, these are bizarre names. Oh, what was that? We got a gold guest list and they're part of the airline. Marsh, these don't look very Scottish to me. Key corporate, Deandra Cannon. Okay, well, we'll just wait for the last of the people to board. Won't be long. And I'll show you some of the camera views we've got. So we can look around the cabin and see, look, we even have functioning lights here. So if Glucosa was to board and I turned off the non-smoking light, that would go out, and the seatbelt lights do as well whenever I set them. Don't know if you can move these flaps up and down now. You can't at the moment. But yeah, very impressed with this. Oh, they've got to be on board now, haven't they? Boarding complete. Right, so 0 freeway is 62.9 and 31.1. So let's go back to our is it our perf page, or was it? I know it was our init page, wasn't it? It's got on it now. 62.9. 31.1. Okay, so will that affect our departure planner at all? Sync the final load sheet. Oh yeah, look. 42, 46, 46 and 60. So yeah, it has made a small difference. So let's go. Obviously we've got some fatties on board, me being one of them. So it's 142, 146, 146. And what was the flex again? Was 60. Right, I think we're ready to go. So what we will do now, we'll go back to the overhead panel. If I can, that's it, it's number 5. Okay, we'll put the beacon on to let them know we want pushback. And we'll do our lights after the engines are started. Right, so I'm not using ATC again. But I can, however, use this to do the pushback. So I want to push back and I want to push back and go to the left. So let's connect the tugs. Let's get rid of the chocks and the cones. And the ground power unit. And connect the tug. So that's the tug connected. Let's start it off. Oh Christ, that's fast, isn't it? So fuel pumps are all on, so let's get engine number 2 into start mode. I want the tug to go this way. I'm sure it's this way. I can never get these right. Let's cheat with our VFR map again. Okay, yeah, so let's try that. That's right. I've gone back a little bit too far. Yeah, I think I went back slightly too far. Oh, I can hear our engines nearly started. Right, we'll stop there. Put my brakes on. and disconnect the tug. Right, back to the normal view. And I've got to go around there and along. Oh, come on, tug, piss off. Right, what we got? We got an available, yes, we got an available N1 engine. So let's do engine number 1. Oh, here we go, no name. As amazingly realistic as this looks, the learning curve for non-pilots looks very steep. Yeah, you are right about that. I've literally learnt this from watching a few YouTubers. I haven't even started looking at the manual yet. But hey, we'll see how we get on. Let's see if we can get off the ground. Baby steps, yeah? And then we got to land the thing. Right. Do we have N1 available yet? Weird angle to look at. It looks like it. Why is that on 21.3 and that on 18.3? Interesting. Interesting. You can have faults for this, random faults, technical faults. Oh, well, both my things are in the same position there, so maybe I've got a pack on or something, I don't know. Right, so that's the flight plan. I haven't verified is good, but who cares? We'll just do what it says. Right, it says arm the spoilers, flaps to 1. And we'll pop this up here, just in case I get lost, because, yeah, that's what you really want is a pilot with a terrible sense of direction. Right, didn't move at all, did it? Put these up to about there. That's better. Right. Off we trot. Oh, well, this should be the easy bit of the taxi anyway. I'll be able to turn that map off in a second. Yeah, Microsoft Flight Sim, especially with a plane like this, it's not really a sort of jump in, take off, land. You've got to, you know, there's a hell of a lot of realism involved in this. Right, so let's put the runway turn off lights on. Let's put our landing lights on and our taxi lights on. Strobes are on. Okay, packs are on, but we'll turn those off when we are about to take off. Okay, auto brake set to max. So we'll just follow these guidelines here. Takeoff config check, which is this one here. That will alert us if we're missing something. Okay. Go down a little bit. Okay, well, there's nothing coming. I have turned all other air traffic off pretty much. You might get a few static planes. So normally you'd hold short here and get permission to go on the runway. I've got no respect for authority, which is a good thing in a commercial pilot, isn't it? Let's get ourselves lined up and then we'll put the brakes on. I'm using a PS4 controller as well. I do need to buy a decent flight controller. Right, pop the brakes on. Let's go to the overhead panel. Nose lights to take off. Packs off. APU can come off. So let's keep the brake on, put brake on and that off. Let's increase the throttle a little bit. Doesn't let me do that now, I haven't set it up right. We'll just go straight to flex. $80 knots, check. V1, speed hit and rotate. Positive rate of climb, gear up. Make a slight left turn as it wants us to. Okay, so we can retract the flaps and retract our throttle to climb. Which we've done. Keep following the flight director around. And then we can put our autopilot on now. Don't know why our auto throttle isn't working. We are set to climb. Oh, it's reducing our speed. The engine should now throttle down. Because we've got speed in managed mode. Okay, I'll set this up a bit to 33, but we do have restrictions on it, don't we? Right, that's telling us to put our packs on, which I will, so that the people can breathe. That's the engine wound down, packs are on. And we've now hit our, see this purple thing, that's our constraint at 6,000. More often than not, air traffic control will actually divert us away from that and give us a direct heading. Right. Let's check the messages. Right, I'm going through the clouds now, so let's put a bit of anti-ice on. God, where is it again? Anti-ice, there we go. Just while we get through these clouds, which we're not going to do until after these restrictions. Yeah, see? Right, that's flashing at us. That means we've transitioned altitude. We can go on to standard barometric pressure. Now, let's put the constraints on. We're at 6,000 right up till we get around to here, which is a bit annoying. These are normally for sort of noise abatement. Oh, now what's it whinging at? Oh yeah, baro ref discrepancy, yeah, it's because I had the pats off. That will, I should have put them on a bit earlier. But that will sort itself out. Look, we're staying at 6,000 feet, so gives it plenty of time to even the pressure up. And another thing I've forgotten, see, is put the TCAS onto TARA. Just on the flaps, the spoilers. That's our TCAS collision avoidance system. You know, I've got no traffic turned on. We'll try and keep it real. So yeah, we're stuck at 6,000 until we get around here, Fenix, and then we're off. Let's have a look from outside. There you go. You may haven't seen one of those for a while. I wonder what would have happened to this one if they've got their independence. They just Tipex out the British, probably. Not seen that livery anymore. Yeah, you're right. No name. The Fenix A320 add-on has got its own livery downloader system on it. It's got quite a few really well done liveries inside it. Yeah, and if you want to know, the add-on's 50 quid, which is, you know, considerably cheaper than the 737 add-on that's came out about a week before, or a couple of weeks before. And that is a whole new learning curve. If you've been on here, if you've been flying Airbus, in yeah, the 737s are a completely different boy. Right. Oh, okay. So we've got our last constraint coming up here, which is there, and then we can, you know, get up at a decent altitude. I don't know if anyone else is watching. I haven't got the YouTube stream stats up, so if you are, hello, welcome to the stream. Hope I don't bore too much crap out of you. It'd be the mistakes more than anything else that the stream will be known for, because it's my first time using this properly. Come on, let's get up at a decent altitude. Right, so this is a baro ref discrepancy. Baro ref, but there is a bleed system I think you can do to fix that. Don't know where it is, whether it's up here. Oh, I can hear engines firing up. Yeah. That one, X bleed. Yeah. Cross bleed, I don't know how you turn that on. Put it to open. we'll get above the clouds and we'll put this anti-ice off as well. Right, off we go. Okay, I pressed B to reset the barometer, and that fixed it. I'm sure every Airbus A320 is fitted with a keyboard with a letter B on it. Right. Where are we at? 8,000 feet. We are starting to get above these thicker clouds, haven't we? I haven't checked our plan actually. Whether we are actually going to go the right way. But let's put this in plan mode. So we can see our flight plan and just click down it. Oh yeah, there's down there straight into London. Okay, that looks alright. So back into ARC mode. No, I won't try and open the window. I actually don't think you can open the window. Yeah, we are 10,000 feet. So what we can do now is turn off the landing lights. Runway turn off lights can come off. I'll leave the beacon and the strobe set to auto and turn the nose lights off. Or you can't do anything with them anyway because the landing gear's stowed away nicely. Let's turn these anti-ice off to auto. What we'll do, we get a couple of thousand feet higher and we'll let the passengers out. Let's stretch their little legs. We're now over 10,000 feet. We've got to gain some speed now before we can take off anymore, which we're doing. This is all run by the computer. I wonder if the old weather radar works. Put it on there. Right on there. Was it the other one? No, it doesn't quite work, does it? No. Not some worry. I haven't been using that for ages. Because the A320 from fly-by-wire had it for a bit, and then they put some updates through, and then it stopped. Right, it's a good pro. Right, 13,000 feet. I don't think the air's that rough. Let's put the seatbelt sign on. Got it off. Let's have a look. There. See if we look over here. There's just the no smoking signs. I don't know if you can do anything with those. No. Let's see what other views we've got, if any. Oh, none. The camera drone. Oh, that's a shame. I really ought to set some up. Get some passenger wing views. Well, the clouds are looking much better now, aren't they? All of our planes are looking really grainy. Get a tail logo there. Yeah, lovely livery that. Nice plane. And the way they've done it, I'll go back outside again and show you. If you zoom into all the rivets and everything, they all show signs of wear. Can't see it so much, but yeah, very intricately modelled. The engines sound great as well. Oh, a bit of turbulence. Now I've just let them walk around. I hope they don't get too annoyed. That's where the weather radar would be useful. See, what we did before is we'd put the red weather radar onto turbulence mode. Let's put the predicted wind shears. Doesn't work. And then we turn it up that way. But these are all turned up. Look at our flight plan. We are too steep apart. Okay. Huh. I mean, it doesn't think we can. It's this constraint here, isn't it? Bad planning on here, but I might override the constraints. That's 7,000. I said Bancroft high. Oh yeah. Too steep path ahead. Which one's that? What's this bloody limb, isn't it? Oh no, yeah, I know. Should have been able to delete that. I could go direct to Fenix. But let's do that. Down here. Oh no, direct to Lakey. So you click direct. Go to Lakey. Insert it. And it should rework everything out for us. Too steep path ahead. I still don't get that. But we'll see what happens. Maybe we're not going to get to the top climb quick enough. But can't see anything on here. Let's just... That's our top of climb here. And then we'll have our top of descent there. So yeah, this too steep path ahead. I'm not sure exactly where that is. If anyone in the chat knows, please let me know. I've cleared it off anyway. Maybe it's that going direct, did it? Oh, that limb is still there. Well, we will just two steep parties here, and from there from there to 4,400 in 4 nautical miles. Well, okay. Well, I'll just think that a bit lower. That's fine. That won't be too much of a problem. I can just override the constraints because I'm a naughty pilot. And I'm drinking alcohol as well. Smoking or vaping in the cockpit. Whoever's watching, any questions you've got about this, feel free to ask in the chat. Because this is the cruise bit, really. We're not far from our top of climb. Rogue Airways, yes. yes, I should be called Captain Arsehole or something like that. I know, you know, recently BA had, well, fairly recently, BA had some bad press about their pilots sort of being over the limit when they were flying. And the night before mainly, not obviously drinking during flying, but just the 60s and the 70s when you could drink and smoke anywhere, at work, in a doctor's surgery, in the hospital, on the plane. I bet the pilots were a little bit naughty then, they must have been. I'll probably get absolutely flamed for saying that, but just my own thoughts. I have no source for this research. It's just an opinion. Alright, it's a proper shame I can't get the wing views. I will set some custom wing views from the passenger's perspective for the next video. Because I've set this up, I can't show you where we are on the map, but I'll let you know. Now I'll just quickly flick over to Sim Toolkit Pro, see where we are. Live map. I wish I could show you this. Obviously I've been a complete tool about it and not set it up properly. Okay, well we're south of Carlisle and we're Keswick, that's where we are, Keswick. Wow, I should be able to show you in Flight Sim. There we are. Around Keswick, there's the Isle of Man. Where people go to kill themselves at the fastest speed possible. But we do have a little bit of turbulence. We're going up and down like a yo-yo here. But I'll leave the seatbelt signs off for now. Wish there was a way I could turn up the maps. Probably can see the areas of turbulence, but I don't think it's programmed in here yet. Right, look, we're almost at cruise here. And we'll have another little spin outside and get a look down from 33,000 feet. So this isn't a long flight. I've done it in real life for work, and yeah, I booked it through BA. It wasn't ridiculously expensive. I think it was a couple of £100. I know I could have done it much cheaper. The work paying, but they flew me from Heathrow to Edinburgh the other way round in a 767. So a great big wide body transatlantic jet from Heathrow to Edinburgh, and I can't remember what I flew back in. It might have been the same, might have been a 767 as well, or 777. I don't think, and there was hardly anyone on it, so I don't think BA were being particularly sort of economical there. The amount of people on the plane, we could have gone in a de Havilland Dash 8. Which incidentally I've been on as well. That was going from Southampton to Edinburgh and back. But interestingly enough, I used to go for a week every 6 weeks or so to work with my team there. Obviously I live in London, and it was actually worked out cheaper and no slower to get the train rather than fly, because to fly there, like the flight's an hour and 15 or whatever. You're going to get to Heathrow, so I had to go all the way down the Piccadilly line at Heathrow. But to get there sort of an hour and a half or so, hour and a half to 2 hours before the flight. Then you got to queue up and check in, and then go through, and then wait, and then go to the boarding gate when they're ready, and then you get on, and then you do your flight. Obviously, push back and taxi isn't included in the flight time. So then you get to Edinburgh Airport, International Airport. It's not actually right in the centre of Edinburgh at all. So I had to get a bus and a tram. I can't remember now. I think it was bus because it was quite late at night. So that took another 45 minutes. Then to walk to the travel lodge, walking past the railway station. And the train was a lot easier. The train was 4 hours. That was literally 15 minutes on the tube to King's Cross. Straight on the train. Got some nice views as well, especially when we've got up sort of north on the northeastern coast of England. That took me to Waverley Station, and it was only a 5-minute walk from there to the travel lodge, wherever I was staying at, or Premier Hub, whatever it was. So yeah, and I could work on the Wi-Fi as well. So going from London to Scotland, I do actually prefer using the train. So there's the time taken and the hassle factor is train's easier, and obviously on the train back you can get as pissed as you like. I remember leaving my flat at 5:30, getting the first tube to King's Cross, and getting into the office probably about 10:20. That wasn't bad going at all. Yeah, the 767 result. Yeah, it was a lovely plane to be in. Huge inside. Obviously not as big as its big brother, the 747, but it was lovely. It was a bit old, the plane. You can tell it was a little bit wear and tear inside. Hopefully that wasn't the same with the outside of it, the workings. But yeah, very smooth, beautiful flight. I went on a 767 once to America back in the early 2000s. That was 9 hours of quite a smooth flight and a very windy, hurricane-y, stormy landing. Yes, I remember that. There was something wrong with the plane when we pushed back and they were starting to start up the engines. They came on after about 20 minutes and said, ladies and gentlemen, we're having a problem with the engines. They only seem to be able to start up in reverse, and I thought, we're going to fly backwards all the way there. But then we had to wait on the runway while they flew in some bits for the engine from Dublin. This is Gatwick. And eventually they were like, I saw a grease monkey with a bag of spanners crawling over the engines, doing this, all that. Yeah, so eventually I think he finished, and they actually got them started. And he was like, oh, captain came on, okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if this gets us there, huh? And his sort of, American Airlines Midwest accent. So yeah, so I was like, oh. Eventually we got in the air, so the actual flight all the way across, beautiful flight, went over the Greenland, and you see all the ice, and then you can see it starting to crack as we headed near Canada. Beautiful views. Went over New York and into St. Louis, Missouri, but yeah, there were storms in St. Louis, severe. I don't know if they were hurricane or tornadoes or whatever they were. But the pilot said, as we were doing the approach, he said, ladies and gentlemen, We have a weather situation to our left and a weather situation to our right. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a bowling alley approach. Yeah, I've never heard of that before or since. So we had storm there. Obviously they're clashing in there. We were going to go straight down the middle, and that we did. We bumped in like that. Plane was lurching left and right. And when we landed, we literally must have landed like that because I felt the plane lurch about 45 degrees to the right when we landed. And then the intercom came on when we slowed down. It was, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to St. Louis Lambert International. So yeah, that was it was an interesting flight. On the way back was fine. Where we go? No, just what you want to see here before transatlantic flight. Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, it didn't get any better when we were landing. So the bit in the middle was fine. Right, let's see if we get the other messages. No, this is a nice quiet stream actually. Yeah, any questions? Feel free to pipe up. I don't know if you've watched any of my previous flight sim videos, but yeah, this has been a little bit more in depth. Are we looking right? We're not far from whatever that is. I can't zoom in on. And that's yeah, Nugra, yeah. And this will be this is our top of descent. So I'll immediately sort of, just before we get to that, I'd like to be a little bit conservative. I'll start the descent off, and we'll try and use the constraints, but I think we're going to have some problems getting down because they'll stop us going down low enough. And I think they're there purely because of noise abatement. Oh, what part of the country are we over? Okay. Who's that? Manchester, that's Liverpool there, isn't it? LPL, it's got to be. Is it? Oh, I assume it is. Oh yeah, that must be Manchester there, I think. And that there must be John Lennon Airport. So we've gone from chips and salt and sauce to chips and gravy. And what we got 14 miles to Nugra, and then about 10 miles after that, that's when I'll kick the descent off. And that could be a issue there. I don't like it's very hard to zoom in exactly where you want, because all the presets for these have changed. So I've got to be at flight level 200 by then, which is 20,000 feet. Shouldn't pose that much of a problem. It's quite a few miles. And then we'll start plumbing in all our performance data for landing. So this is the only trouble with flight sim is the cruise bit. But let's have a look outside. Oh, what am I doing? Clicking the wrong button. There we go. So there's a coastline there, Liverpool, just over there. What's the stream quality like? I'm streaming at 720, 30 frames. I hope it's easy enough to read all the small stuff. If not, the next one I do, I'll try and stream it at 1080. go. So we've just got to Nugra and off to our next waypoint where we start getting some constraints there. And obviously we got the top of the descent there. Let's go back to our external views. I'm really annoyed we haven't got any showcase views here. Just the camera drone, and I haven't got any way of controlling it. These are the only views we've got, so I'll just have to move it around. Definitely haven't got too far to go. I reckon we'll be landing in about 20 minutes. Right, let's flick back to our default view. There we go, let's get our descent going. Let's just do a classic. Let's get down to 7,000. What's that, 6? We'll do a classic sort of zero throttle descent. If you see here, the throttles will wind right down. And I would have said, ladies and gentlemen, we are heading down. Get your pearly king and queen outfits out. We're going to be in London town in about 25 minutes. With a little bit of blooming luck. Yeah, throttle idle there, idle's flashing. What have we got now here? Frame rate is good. I can read the text at the bottom of the VFR map that says Iceland Mountain Cheapest tracking. Anything small is difficult to see. It's fine for entertainment. Okay, thank you. Are you watching this full screen, or are you watching it in a window? But yeah, cheers for that. I will try 1080p next time. Right. Now we're on our way downwards. Yeah, we've got to enter our destination data. So we'll go to our performance. We'll go to the next phase here. We'll just put our wind in and our QNH, but we should be able to get that. This view here, in a window, so I can see the chat. Oh, right, okay. You might as well go full screen. You're the only one chatting. Right. Okay, so let's pop this in here. Go to arrival perf. I think this is what we want. I don't know my way around this. The runway is 20. Oh, was it? Yeah, 27 left. Was it or 27 right? Oh, I can't remember. It was whatever Sim Toolkit Pro didn't want. So flight planning. Map. Why doesn't it show me on the map anymore? Seems to have lost Sim Toolkit Pro. Seems to have lost my flight plan. Right. Okay. Let's just check on here. $27 right. Okay. $27 right. Flying the Meta. So what have we got? 1024 is the QNH. We'll go down to that. Okay. 100 degrees at 3 knots and 17 degrees. degrees at 3 knots is the wind. 17 degrees. Flaps full landing, that's all the information it needs. There is somewhere we can put wings, but I've got no idea. Go back to our flight plan. And yeah, we're at top of descent, we're on our way down, flight level 200. I'm not sure whether that's a constraint or not. We can have a look up here. Yes, it is a constraint. So we should be fine for that. Because we're at flight level 24. We've only got to drop 4,000 feet, and we're dropping like a safe that's been thrown out the back of the plane. Look at that. 1,800 feet per second. Remember what this squiggly line is for. I think that's where we will get to our constrained altitude, possibly. Although it's moving near us. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Look, the constraints coming out here, flight level 200. So I think we've got to be underneath that. And we're at 22. So yeah, I don't think we're going to have any problem with that. All this steep hill rubbish that it was coming up with. Flying skills, mate. Flying skills. Right, so shall we do a manual landing? I've done lots of them, or should we try out the auto land feature that's on this plane? Up to you guys. It could end up in a hilarious crash. Either way, actually. I mean, we'll obviously use the approach properly. ILS and glide slope and everything. Oh, my screen has put itself in standby. Soon fix that. Flight level 150. Next. I think we're doing alright. We've got 18 miles or so to do that. Manual landing, okay, yeah, we'll do a manual landing. So I'll take over, sort of normal thing, with 500 feet. And we can see if we can get this bird battered onto the runway. Or embedded in it, one way or the other. So we'll be using autopilot 1 and 2 to line up. And then I will disable it. And we'll see if we can get her down. How far have we got? We're actually there. 71 miles. Okay. Let's see what approach it puts us on. Because I've got no idea. We'll see a little bit of London. Might even fly over me flat. Oh, what is this loop here? We'll have to see what happens with that. Might have the usual thing of manually directing the approach, but we'll see when we get a bit nearer. Unless that's a slowdown loop. I don't really think we did them over the UK. Slow down ascent, or loop ascent and loop descent, but not sure. Right, 16,000 feet. It's time to piss the passengers off. Get your asses back in your seats. What are we flying over now? Over the Midlands by the looks of it. EGBB, is that Birmingham International? Not going to see us that well, 15,500 feet from the Brummy pub. I'll turn this tracking off, we can move this around. So yeah, haven't got far. Hopefully we're going to go right. I wanted to go around to Lambourne and in using the city approach, but it just didn't look as though it was going to be available properly. Oh, we're dropping down again. The flight level 7,000. And I think we'll be staying at that until we go. Oh look, we can see there our plane now. Round and in. So it doesn't look like we've got a huge amount of London scenery to look at. The closer we get, we'll see. That's something I like, the city approach. I never seem to be able to do it right on flight sim, or actually select it in the flight management computer, or MCDU, whatever they call this, MCDU in the Airbus, or McDo. So we've got a speed drop where we're dropping down to 220 by the looks of that. There, we have got some constraints on here. Flight level 150, 220 knots there, 220 knots, flight level 70. Oh yeah, look, we've got this sort of approach around here. We're going to be at 6,000 there, and then, God, we drop right down, don't we? But we do it in sort of 10 miles, so it shouldn't be too bad. Right, speed's dropping nicely. You see our descent is only at 10,000 feet per second, which will allow the plane to slow down. Don't know what this blob is. Oh, the descent's even less now. Are we really going to get down to flight level 7,000 feet by the time we get to there? Interesting. Well, once the speed gets to 220 knots, we'll start dropping again. There, look at that. Okay, so I'm going to get the 6,000 or 7,000, he reckons, by about there. So I'm going to slightly mess the constraint up. 10,000 feet. I will turn the landing lights on. Okay, and our nose lights are okay. Strobe lights are on auto, that's fine. I won't start using the flaps or anything like that. Let's go back to our normal view. Hold up, 9,000. Yeah, I think we're going to do all right. 6,000 feet. We'll go to the. We'll take it off standard barometer. We're going to do an auto brake of medium, I think, to slow us down when we land. It should start bleeding at us anyway. Down here. Once you get below 6,000 feet to switch this. And it should be 1024 if I remember rightly from the weather. Oh, can we see anything we recognise yet? Let's have a quick outside view. Nothing yet. I can't even see the Thames. Oh no, you are joking. Flight simmers. Oh no, God for that, I thought we were going to get a crashed desktop. We should see London coming up over here. But not yet. Right here, it gave me a heart attack. We come all this way and it froze. And I thought, oh God, we're going to get a crashed desktop, and then I would have had to apologise, stop the stream, and then probably bang my head against the wall. Right. Oh, look, we pretty much nailed that descent straight on there. Look at that. And we've got to go down to 6,000. I'll probably change this to 4. There we go. Excellent. Now look at that. Now on our way down to 6,000. We're heading towards London City. It might be the city approach, don't know. We'll find out in a minute. I'll start doing flaps and last checks when we get to about here. Because then we'll be turning in. Come on, where are you, London? Yeah, look, we're right on top of it here, see? Right, we've got the 6,000. That's flashing, so we've got to stick the barometer and put it to 1023. More drag. Oh, right, okay. It wants us to put the flaps on. Let's extend the flaps now then. The flap 1. Let's narrow this a bit so we can now see where we're going. We're going to go along there and round. So we've got another 15 miles along. We've got to drop quite a lot. So I'll manually activate the approach phase in a minute. At least we can get our speeds down. So we've got to, yeah, looks like we've got a speed constraint there. Start putting that on. You still play Elite Dangerous? Yeah, not so much at the moment. I do play it a little bit now and again. We're just coming back from an exploration trip with Lou Koza and Panther UK out to the Koi 1701 system, where there's a 45G planet that we all attempted to land on, and it ends up Lou Koza recorded it. I didn't know at the time, so we'll probably see that that video surface in the next couple of days. So if you want to see landing on a 45G planet, and we're all in Viper Mark 4s as well, funnily enough. Right, let's get this approach phase activated. I thought it looks like it's already activated. Right, these constraints are... let's just have a quick look at these constraints again, actually. On the flight plan, we are, too steep a path. 6,000 to 4,400, it doesn't like that. So if I try and be at 5,000 by the time we get there, we should be alright. Oh, there's London. There it is. Yeah, I'm going to override that. Screw the constraints. Yeah, I'm trying to get back into Elite Dangerous. I've not had the love for it I used to have since Odyssey came out. It ends up annoying me more than I'm getting enjoyment out of it. But I did have a really good session with Panther UK and Lucosa a couple of nights ago, which was good. So that may sort of ignite my interest again. Right, look at this glide slope here. We're well off it. I'm going to carry on this heading. 127. I might take us round a bit. We'll go round to the O2. Let's set this down to 4,000. Put some little bit more flap on. Yeah, so we'll go round to the O2 and then we'll do a little 180. Because yeah, that approach path was crap, wasn't it? I was expected to get on the glide slope using those constraints it had me on. So go around here till we get to 4,000 feet. And then we'll whip round. There we go, look, glide slope intercepted and going up. Obviously we want to be underneath that until we're facing the runway, more or less. Excellent. Go down here. Once we're on the glide path, we'll have a quick look outside. Once this is all set up. There we go, we can see the runway there. So we should be able to intercept. Now, we move that round. About that. Mate, we can put the localizer hold on now. That will line us up, and then we'll click the full approach hold. We're still 15 miles from the runway. There we go, let's have a little external... Oh no, I'll wait till I've intercepted that. There we go, that's lined us up nicely. Just waiting for that. And then we'll take to the outside view. 13 miles. I've got a third-party Heathrow at the moment because I've only got the standard version of Flight Sim. But look at that. Looks crap from the distance, doesn't it? Right, let's do full approach hold and autopilot 2. And then... There we go, there's the city. showered. There's the Oval. Vauxhall, St George's Wharf Tower, London Eye, Big Ben and Parliament, kids, Chelsea FC, and that black dash is Heathrow. Right, there's good old Stamford Bridge. Warner Blues. That wasteland is what's left of Earl's Court at the moment. Canary Wharf obviously over there. My seat is around about there. Southstand, shed end, lower. Right.
2,500.
Okay. Does seem like we're going down pretty bloody fast. But you know, from London Heathrow's ILS, glide slope's all right, both directions. We're 7.5 miles. That's still in the gear. Okay, so auto brake to medium. Let's arm the spoilers. That's already set to 4,000 for a rejected landing. It'll go around. There's the runway there, I can see it. Look at that, looks horrible, doesn't it? It's garbage. Okay, so now we just need the flaps to fall. Right, bang on target. Flaps to full is the next setting. Right, we are fully configured for landing. The cabin crew seats for landing. No, now cabin crew. That's the runway.
1,000.
Hazy, isn't it? This is supposed to be the live weather at the moment. Got a bit of glare from my dirty windscreen.
$500.
Okay, autopilot off. My aeroplane. Oh, shut up. Noisy bastard.
$100. 50, 40, 30,
Flare
20,
and engine.
retard.
Reverse thrusters. Uh, 80 knots. 60 knots. Reversers off. and exit runway when we can. Well, I've done worse landings. Wasn't too bad. I don't have the replay feature. I've got to pay for that. And I've just bought this lovely new aeroplane, so. Right, let's go and find somewhere to park. And then we'll get ourselves configured. We'll go and park over there. Oop. That's the one I want. Right, landing lights off. Runway lights on. Taxi lights on. APU start. Oops. Slight little detour. Oh, you've got to go. Oh yeah, but cheers, no name. Appreciate the watch, mate. And yeah, hope to see you again. You take care. Right, let's go and park up over here. Zoom, I'm in the right place. I've gone a bit too far. Let's pull ourselves round and see if we can find somewhere with a jet bridge. Big old apron here, isn't it? Oh, frame rate took a bit of a battering there. Stopped me being able to steer properly. And normally it's around here I tend to park up. Right, let's get the flaps pulled in. Take a little shortcut across there. Ah yes, that is something that looks like it's got jet bridges galore. Put the brakes on a bit. Okay, what have we got over here? Nothing. Okay, I'm going over here. I'm just taking my own route. Right, I'm parking there. Let's put the taxi lights off. Oh, it's not letting me. Yeah, gate 331. Bit further forward. Okay. Right, parking brakes on. Let's go up here. Ground power is not available. Great. So I've obviously picked a bad place here. Why can't I turn these poxy nose lights off? runway turn come off. Strobe lights off. Okay, seatbelt signs off. And then we'll go to here and turn the engines off. Oh, I had the engines on start. Should have put that to norm after I'd started the engines. What an idiot. Spoilers off. Flaps back. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to London Heathrow. Still moaning about the autopilot off. But yeah, this is off because I landed it manually, you turd. Right, D-board. Ground power unit says it's there, and the chocks are there, so it's done that automatically. Okay, I'm happy with that. Mass and balance. Well, I did select D-board. It probably can't because it doesn't like where I've parked. Oh, the jet bridge is there. Oh, look, I could have gone a bit much more far forward. Look, there's the ground power unit. So what's the issue? Oh, this game. Huh. Let's see if I can do the ground power unit now. Oh, look, it's available now. Now I can turn off the APU. All the people come off. But there we go, folks. British Caledonian is back. Oh, we got our fuel calculation right there. People are getting off it. We are here. We have arrived. Oh, yes, look there. Look, they're getting off. What we'll do, we'll just let them get off and then we'll power down the plane. Pilot will sit here while the last few passengers get off. Look at that centre of gravity. Because they're all at the back. Zero fuel weight's gone down a bit. Well, the baggage is nearly off. Come on, get off my plane. Oh, this doesn't change, does it? You know, it's charged to 100. Like if I take that off, it stops charging. And watch it when I turn the plane off. Right. Alright, they're all off. It's these last two to go. Right, nice empty plane. So, what we do now is we go up to here, because with no more flights today, we're not in turnaround mode. Okay, then all we do is we just turn the power off and the battery's off. And what we're supposed to do is do a little bit of cleaning up down here as well. So the TCAS go there, that can go back to standby, that can go back to the centre, and that can go back round there. So we pretty much cleaned the aircraft up. And yeah, now off to take the air hostesses out for lots of cocktails. Okay, I'll end the stream there. Thanks very much for the 2 of you who watched it. And I will see you on the next one.